Hello everyone, welcome back to CELLI.T repairs. Today we have a Samsung Galaxy S21 5G with a damaged screen. I have actually purchased this from a fellow from Perth in Western Australia. I got this for about $130 and I thought that would justify a perfect repair video. His description of the damage is that there is excessive white flashing on the screen and will occasionally go back to normal. He has also said the battery was once replaced, so I should expect a near new device once I am done with it, depending how well the last technician went. The device has been in a protective case for the longevity of its lifetime, so I'm keen to see what we have here. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So opening it up, I'm happy he has put it in its original box with the case provided. That's always a bonus. This is most likely the case in question. Not the best quality. It is just a standard rubber one. The clear ones usually tend to yellow over time and the durability is most likely weak, leaving the front open and still making it easy for the back to be punctured in the scenario of it landing on a rock. However, I am always keen to see the corners are well protected, but you still maintain that risk of dropping it on every other surface of the device. I can always recommend a rugged case and a tempered glass screen protector. The device itself has a camera protector adhered to the screen. I kind of find these useless if you are worried about being tracked or watched. Remember, you're a citizen with every way to ID yourself on record. Also, you wouldn't be worried if you weren't doing any sketchy things. Just my input on that. Moving on, we have a perfect back cover, beautiful white, nearly no scratches. There are minor scuffs on it, which is fine. I hope I do not damage this as I currently do not have a spare on hand. Luckily though, the plastic ones are cheap to get. If I do minor damage to it, I don't think I'll be too worried about it. Now, to get this backing off, I just have to chuck it on heat and we'll get back to you. Here at CELLI.T Repairs, I am responsible for the satisfaction of all of my clients and buyers. What I do does not just involve fixing devices and calling it a day. No, I work hard and work the extra hours to ensure all device standards are met with quality checks and a keen eye for observation. Finding a quality and affordable technician is difficult in Australia, but not impossible. That is why I've put together a website for booking repairs with myself. With over 5 years of experience, I can give you that 100% guaranteed satisfaction. And with the CELLI.T Repairs free mailing service, wherever you are in Australia, I can fix it right here. Just send me an email through cellitrepairs.online, tell me about the device, the damage, and the location, and you will receive a free quote and mailing details within 24 hours of submission. Otherwise, contact me directly at sb.tech@cellitrepairs.com. All links will be in the description. Let us get back to the video. The fact that this has been opened up before means I will be fixing another technician's work, which is never ideal for me. Every device that another technician has touched, there has always been a fault. But the silver lining is that I get to help the customers out and can always be proud of myself when I hand them my work. Already, that back cover is coming off so easily, meaning there is another layer of adhesive there, or there is very little the previous technician had used. Now that the back cover is off, I am already disappointed to see that the previous technician applied glue over the pre-installed tape. This can cause issues with the adhesives and have the backing come off over time, in turn messing with the IP68 waterproof rating. It is always best to use one adhesive at a time. Other than that, it does appear all screws are installed, so first things first is removing the wireless charger. At this point, I realized you didn't get to see the state of the screen, so while everything is still intact, I will show you right now. So right now, you can see the Samsung logo faintly just past the flashing white. There appears to be a spot of dead pixels on the top right corner. No screen will do this without either being exposed to heat or being dropped. Now the previous owner stated this phone has never been dropped, and I'm going to take his word for it, which means heat may have been the cause of this. Turning it off, we will continue with the repair by unplugging the battery and the wireless charger, exposing half of the main board. Now, I didn't notice until now, but it looks like the previous technician put a little too much B7000 along the left side of the phone. It looks like it seeped onto the ribbon cable. If this wasn't seen, there could have been a chance of bending the ribbon, perhaps even tearing it. Now we want to remove the rest of the brackets. This is the easiest part of the repair, that and removing the ribbon cables. Occasionally, these can be bastards to get back on due to the small connector pins, but hopefully it should be fine within the process. Now before taking the battery out, we want to remove the charging port. This is usually held in by 3 screws at the bottom under the bracket, so be sure you get those. For the battery, it does require some steadiness as you don't want to pierce it. Eventually I will tell you the story of how I almost burnt a shopping centre down on one of my very first phone repairs, but that's definitely for a later day. It's quite funny. Now that everything is removed, I want to inspect the new screen in case I need to replace, say, the 5G antenna and any other components. And it looks very good. Both the 5G antenna and vibrator are included with the screen. That just makes this less hassle for the job. Starting with the charging port, I'm going to install all the components into the new screen. I will just skip through this bit as it is everything we have just done, but backwards. Leaving the wireless charger out for the easier battery access, I want to test the device before fully closing up, so let us get it to boot. So now that it's booted, I want to give a quick tech tip on how to diagnose your Samsung device. Just go into your phone app and type *#0*#. This will bring you to the diagnostic screen where you can test all functions in one place. In our case, we want to go to the touch screen, so we click on touch in order to test all segments of the screen are working. Once all squares show green, we can confirm a working touchscreen. Now I will test the charging just to make sure it is all working, hoping to avoid having to unscrew all those screws again. Now that I've confirmed a fully functional device, I will make sure the device is fully assembled, then move on to the back cover. I am now removing the black adhesive around the edges and will clean off the B7000 glue with some IPA and a toothbrush. And then I will apply my own B7000 glue and try to make sure I do not break that full loop around the edge. If there is a gap in that glue, the phone will not have any form of water resistance and will short in a quick minute. And now carefully aligning the backing aligned to the cameras, I can put on the press clamps, which will allow even pressure around the device as the adhesive dries. When using this glue, I always allow 12 hours for the glue to set, 24 hours maximum. But there we have it, a fully repaired Samsung Galaxy S21 5G, complete with a new screen. Hey guys, it's me, Nicholas. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to supporting my channel. And if you ever need a phone, tablet and or game console repaired, hit me up on my website at cellitrepairs.online. Enjoy the rest of your day.